There's a subtle kind of magic that emerges when words fall short and music takes over, when the space between sound and silence becomes a bridge to something deeper within us. Today, let's journey into that unspoken realm where melodies shape emotions, where silence finds its voice, and where we come face to face with the profound. Hearing is a curious thing, isn't it? We're surrounded by a constant hum, from the whisper of wind through trees to the chaotic rumble of a cityscape. Whether it's the soothing murmur of nature or the pulse of music through our headphones, every sound tells a story, inviting us to feel something that touches beyond what words can convey. There's a raw, intangible quality to these experiences, a reminder that some truths cannot be measured, only felt. Aldous Huxley once wrote that the most meaningful aspects of life, those moments when we truly connect with beauty, joy, pain, love, or even death, reside beyond the reach of language. They exist in the realm of pure experience, where silence isn't just the absence of sound, but a canvas on which all emotions are painted. When silence wraps itself around us, we start to listen differently. It becomes the foundation for everything that follows, the birthplace of music itself. Think of music as a kind of alchemy. The brain doesn't just hear a tune. It conjures up vivid stories, casting sound into memories and fantasies. A song can instantly transport us back to a time we thought we'd forgotten, making us relive the emotions of that moment with startling clarity. Music has this unique power, shared with other arts like painting or sculpture, to reassemble fragmented pieces of our past into something complete and whole again. It touches us deeply, not by filling in the gaps, but by allowing us to perceive what lies between them. When we reflect on history's greatest artists, we see that they've always understood this. Take Shakespeare. Whenever he needed to convey something beyond words, he leaned on music to whisper the unspeakable. For him, as for so many, music was the language of the soul when no spoken language could suffice. But what do we turn to when even music loses its potency? That's when silence speaks up, filling the space where melodies fade. It's an invitation to listen closer, not to the world outside, but to the rhythm within. So, what does silence actually sound like? It's not the absence of life or stillness in the air. It's the beat that runs beneath everything, the pulse that keeps our hearts steady amid the clamor. When the outside world tries to drag us into its chaos, bombarding us with noise and demanding we dance to its tempo, there's a different rhythm waiting inside us, a quieter cadence that brings us back to ourselves. In those moments, silence becomes our refuge, our guide through the maze of sensations, allowing us to choose which sounds and stillnesses belong to our story. The world may sometimes feel like a cacophony, with life throwing unpredictable rhythms our way, but that doesn't mean it's wicked. We're all moving through a symphony that blends harmony and discord, pleasure and pain. The truth is, these contrasts are inseparable. Without silence, music wouldn't resonate as deeply, and without noise, we'd never fully appreciate the quiet. Life is a dance between the seen and the unseen, the heard and the unspoken. So, whether your world feels like a crescendo or a pause, embrace the balance between noise and stillness. The beauty of our experiences is woven from both. Let the silence remind you that you're always part of a greater melody, even when the music fades.